What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel for those who are new. So basically in today's video, I am going to be talking about the balance pills that I have been taking. I just wanted to talk about if I recommend them or not. Basically my full impression slash review on the pills, if they work, do I recommend them, what do they do, how much they cost, all that jazz is what I'm going to be talking about. So before we do get started in today's video, if you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Make sure to subscribe down below, as well as hit that bell so you will be notified when I do upload new videos. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Alright, you guys, so we're going to be talking about the balance pill. So first, I want to start off with showing you guys what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. It's from the brand Alani, and they're called balance pills. So where to buy them? Good question. No, I'm just kidding, you guys. Okay, so basically I bought this from the Alani website. So you just go alani.com. They do have other different types, like pills, like prenatal vitamins. They have like to lose weight. They have like a lot of different things you can take. But for right now, we're going to be talking about this bad boy right here. I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about how much it costs. I will say it's a little expensive, but I will say it's worth the cost. It is a big container for $50 because the majority of other like websites I've been to try to like help with my fertility and stuff, I want to say I've bought in smaller bottles and they're about $70 and like about this small, and this is like $50, so it's cheaper and it's bigger. So I do like that about this packaging or about this bottle. So basically what the balance pills do, it helps with your basically to help balance out your hormones. So it deals with your hormonal situation. It does help to manage your weight. It helps to improve your mood, and it helps, I guess, with your skin, also, as well as fertility, which is also included in the hormonal stage. So really quickly, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this pills, if I recommend them. I am going to say I highly recommend these pills. They're 1000% recommendable. I will say though, I have been on YouTube watching other people's reviews. Everybody has their own opinion, which is great. You know, everybody has their opinion. Everybody shows basically what they went through. I took this pills for, I want to say, a little bit less than a month. When I started noticing changes and things I was going through. But I kind of wanted to know if other people were going through the same changes and basically dealing with the same stuff. So I went on YouTube. I tried to see if other people were going through the same stuff, but for whatever reason, nobody talks about the changes that your body goes through. They just basically talk about if they recommend it, what they do, what they're used for, and I'm just like sitting here like, okay, but I kind of want to know, does it really help? What changes have you gone through that you see that has been helping you? Why is the reason that you're highly recommending these pills when you're not really talking about what they're doing for you, if that makes sense? So that's why I was like, you know what, I am just gonna do my own video so you guys can see. I literally have my notes to basically talk to you guys a little bit of the stuff that I went through, and all that jazz. You know, I have where did I buy them, just so my videos don't seem too like out of place. I had to make a list so that way it seems very nice, simple, and it's straight to the point. So so do I recommend them? Yes. Why do I recommend them? One, they do say that these pills work with like acne, and I will say when I was younger, I struggled so much with acne. I'm not gonna lie. Now that I got kind of older, now all that I'm dealing with basically is just my scarrings. Once in a while, I have a little pimple, like here and there. You know what I mean? But these pills have helped me so much. You guys can see, like, I have one little one there, but it's helped with my scarrings. Like, they're not that bad. My scars, I could just definitely hide it with makeup, which is a bomb for makeup for being in this world, because I can definitely hide it for sure. So that is one thing, but I've noticed that my face has been clearing up. My scars have been kind of going away since I've been taking these pills. So I will say, for those people that don't really care about fertility but just acne wise, I 100% recommend. So far I only took it for a month, and within, like, I want to say 2 weeks since I started in taking them, I've noticed that my skin has been feeling softer, and it's just been helping me with my skin in general. So that is one thing. The whole reason why I had bought the pills in the first place is to help with fertility. Me and my husband have been wanting to have kids for the longest time now. And we have never been able to get pregnant. And one is because I haven't been having my period, so it's been harder for my body to basically ovulate or release the eggs that it needs to. Basically, I'm not going to get all scientific or anything, but basically that's what the pills are used for. So the pills do work for more than just one thing. Skin is one, your hair, nails. It has vitamins. Guys can take these. Like anybody can take these. So I feel like this is like a lot of things in one, which I love, because I felt like it's been helping me so much throughout everything. Now, another thing that I do want to tell you guys that did help in my fertility, one is because I literally went through so much hormonal changes, and no joke, I started taking the pills like about, I want to say a week and a half or so, when I started noticing the complete changes throughout my body. And the reason is, one, how I kind of figured it out is because normally, I was at work one time, and my coworkers were making me laugh. So it got to a point where for me it seemed a little confusing, but I saw that everybody was laughing, and for me I was just like, okay, what's so funny? But I'm gonna laugh anyways. So I laughed, and then while I was laughing, I noticed that I wanted to cry so bad. And I was like, okay, what is going on? Why do I want to cry right now? Like, it was just kind of weird that I felt this kind of way. But at this point, I didn't even notice that I was going through the hormonal changes until later. A couple days later, I started feeling completely different. I felt like I didn't know what was going on. Like, my body would heat up, and then it'll get cold all of a sudden, like from one second to the next. I would get hungry all of a sudden, eat, and then I would be full. Or like, certain smells kind of seemed very nauseous to me. Like, there were certain things that I felt like weren't really like making me hungry in that sense. I don't know. It was just like a big mashup of emotions everywhere. I got into a fight with my sister because of my hormonal changes. We didn't talk for like about a week and a half, or maybe about a week. I can't remember. Maybe less than a week. I complained with my husband all the time. Before, when I would fight with my husband, I felt like I always got so emotional, because I'm just that girl. I'm just like very emotional. But ever since I started taking the pills, I just did not care about anybody else's feelings. I would talk shit to my husband, and he would like be like, what the hell is wrong with you? And he knew at one point that I was going through the hormonal changes, and I would treat him like trash, and he was like super nice to me. And I kind of noticed I started to notice changes that were happening. My moods were everywhere. I felt like normally things that make me happy were pissing me off, and things like that I started to notice throughout my body. And for me, it was a little weird, because I was just like, whoa, what is going on? There were times where I felt so lightheaded. I felt like throwing up. I felt so nauseous. I would be at work, and I felt so irritated. My body was just so exhausting. Like, I felt like I was actually pregnant. Those were the hormonal changes that I was actually going through. And my hormones were changing basically throughout while I was taking the pills, but I felt like there was a certain point where I was able to control them now. I think that I kind of went through like a week and a half without being able to control. It was just like my emotions were like completely everywhere. I felt like customers were like so annoying at work, and like, but it was the pills, because normally I am a very helpful person. I always want to help everybody at work and make their shopping better is what I'm about. But at this point, I'm just like, I really don't care. If you find whatever you wanted, if we don't have what we don't have, I apologize. We just don't have it. Like, you know what I mean? I do want to say, if you guys decide to take these or start putting these in your body, just FYI, you will be going through these changes, and I will say it's not going to be easy, but I will say at the end of the day, it's worth it. I will say that. So those are the hormones I went through. Besides helping me clear out my skin, I feel like they are great. Now, do I recommend as fertility? 100%. And let me tell you why. I did not take these pills that long. Like I said, I took them like less than a week. And then after that, when I got closer to my period, I noticed that I was late, like completely late on my period. I was taking ovulation tests, of course, because that was the whole point of me wanting to get pregnant. For the first time ever in my life, I had 2 ovulation tests that came out positive. So I got down and dirty. Okay, TMI, I know, but I got down and dirty. Then my period came around. I took an early pregnancy tea. I'm spilling out some tea for sure. But, I took a ovulation test. No, sorry. I took a pregnancy test. Yes, I took a pregnancy test, and I saw the faintest line ever. And I thought, for me, it was a little weird that I saw this like faintest line, but it was like completely there. And I was like, okay, is it just me? It could be maybe that like the pregnancy test is like expired, but I was like, no, I don't think so, because I just bought these. These are the ones from Amazon, because I had 2 different types of tests, and for me it seemed a little weird. And I was like, okay, this is not it. I don't know what is going on, but it just seems a little strange. And at this point, I'm like, okay, this is just really, really awkward. So I decided to hit up my sister, and I was like, hey, so tell me, do you see this line, or is it just me? Like, I can't tell, like, am I just going crazy? Like, what's going on? Like, I literally was just like all over the place. Until then she was like, oh my god, like, yes, it looks like it's like there. I tried sending her the picture, but because for the first time ever my eyes was seeing like this faintest line, I was like completely nervous and I wasn't sure, but I still have the picture. Let me show you guys what it looks like so you guys can see the faintest line. Like, it's there, but it's like the faintest line ever, and that's how it came. Like, you can't really see it, but it's like, kind of, you can, but it's like the faintest line ever. And I was like, okay, this is crazy. It cannot be. Like, I can't. For the longest that I've been trying, I only took these pills for a month, and all of a sudden this happens. Like, I don't know, my mind could not believe it, my eyes could not believe it, but at the same time, I felt like I kind of did believe it a little, just because, like, it was the first time that this was happening for me. Never once has that happened before. So I was like, you know what, let's go to Walmart. We went to Walmart, we bought the digital test, the one that says pregnant or not pregnant, by Clear Blue or something is the brand. So I bought those, and then I took one of those, and it came out not pregnant, which was really weird, because I was like, okay, this is weird, but whatever. Maybe it's just way too early. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to let it go by. I mean, I'm only 1 day late on my period. So I was like, I'm just going to let it go by. So I let it go by. Then I want to say on a... Oh, I actually have the calendar. Hold on. I took it on a Monday, which was on July the 8th, so barely. July 8th was when I took the early pregnancy test, and that's when I saw the faintest line. Then 9 and 10th came around, so Tuesday and Wednesday. I took another pregnancy test, And all the pregnancy tests that I took, because believe me or not, I took like 4 or 5 a day, because for whatever reason I was just not believing it, or like my eyes could not see what was happening. That's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna take another pregnancy test. So I did. And that's when all throughout these days, like 9 and 10th, I took like 4 or 5 pregnancy tests. You guys, like, no joke, they were all coming out the same, like the faintest line ever. And I was like, I am confused. But I was like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to test probably. I was like, I'm going to give it about a week. I was going to wait another week. So basically Monday, the next week, to take it. But I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to wait a week. Then the 11th came around, which was Thursday. On that Thursday, I went to work, got off early because I had to open the store on Thursday. So when I got off of work on Thursday, I came in, did about my day. I was watching Netflix and chilling, when all of a sudden I felt like this gut feeling, like this really strong gut feeling that said, take a pregnancy test. But not the strip ones, the digital ones. Like this, like, feeling, you guys. I've never ever in my life had this feeling before, but something told me, do it now. And I was like, crap. But then I only have 2 tests left because I got the pack that had 3. And I was like, but if I do it, then I'm only gonna have 1 left, because what if it comes out negative? But then I was like, oh, you know what, I can always just buy some more, was my result. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I went to the bathroom. For whatever reason, I was in there. My sister FaceTimed me, and this was out of the blue. I forgot about the pregnancy test completely. I just put it up to the side, and I was just waiting for the 3 minutes, because it says after 3 minutes, the results will be there. So I waited, and for the longest time, I was just like, okay, what is going on? Like, why is it that, I just put it up to the side, just left it, went about 3 minutes, waited 3 minutes for the results to come in. So while I was waiting, my sister FaceTimed me. So I was talking to her. We were talking about something completely off of what I was doing. I wasn't telling her I was taking a pregnancy test at all. And I totally spaced. Like, I completely spaced. And when I looked to the side and I forgot, like, I remembered the pregnancy test, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot about the pregnancy test. I looked at the time, I was like, oh my god, it's already been past 7 minutes. Like, we've been talking for 7 minutes straight, and I totally forgot about the pregnancy test. So when I look at it, that was when it came out that it said I was pregnant. And for you guys have no idea how my life went. I was bawling so hard. My sister was like, because I was like, oh my god, while I was bawling. And she was like, are you okay? What's going on? And I, like, faced the camera, and I show her, and she's like, no. She was like, Saida. And I was like freaking out myself, and I cried so hard, and I was like, okay, we gotta go to Walmart right now. We gotta go buy some stuff, surprise my husband. And so we did. That's that. You guys want to take tests. You guys want to know when you're ovulating. Make sure you're having your periods. This actually helped me have my period, because I was already late on the month of July. I was late because on the month of May, I had it on May 1st. I started my period. Then June came around. It was June, my bad. June came around, June 1st, and I still did not have my period, and I thought it was really weird that I did not start. And so I was like, you know what, if I really want a baby, I need to buy these pills. So I bought them. It didn't last 2 days to receive them. Received it. Took it 1 day. The next day started my period. Had my period for 3 days. Waited for 2 weeks to go by to take ovulation test. I did take it still every single day after I stopped having my period, because you never know when you're ovulating. So I took it for 2 weeks. Took an ovulation test for 2 weeks until I found out that until the test came out positive. When it came out positive, that's when I knew that I felt it. Like, I don't know, it's weird to say, but I felt like these pills helped it so much for me to get to where I wanted to get to, and it did, because I finally got pregnant. No, I know I'm no longer pregnant, but I know that if they work, it'll definitely work for a lot of people. It also just depends. Everybody's cycle does work different, but it doesn't hurt to try. Like I said, they are $50 a bottle, and the bottle only lasts you a whole entire month. So they have 30 capsules, so it's technically lasts a whole month. So that's why I am taking them now again. I am taking my prenatal vitamins to help now because that's what my doctor suggested, to keep taking them. The ones that I bought, which I will show you guys when I do post about me having the miscarriage or talking about how I lost the baby. It does tell you these pills you take while you're trying to get pregnant, during your pregnancy, and after pregnancy, because you're supposed to keep taking them, because they're supposed to be kind of like supplements, like just vitamins, just regular vitamins that you would take normally in a day. So this is what this has. So that's why I've been taking these prenatal vitamins every single day, just to kind of help with everything, give me the folic acid and the iron and the DHA that my body needs to help produce the baby. And hopefully my baby, or when I get pregnant again, hopefully this baby will stick and this baby will have a very long and healthy life. So I cut back on sodas and I cut back on sweets, and I've been drinking a lot of water. I do have to hydrate. I'm trying to eat a little healthier. I'm trying not to eat so much greasy food or so much fat foods, because I feel like that's another thing that is bad for your body when you're trying to get pregnant, is what I found out the first time. I didn't know this until when I went to my OBGYN, and he told me there's a lot of things you need to cut back, especially because now that I already had a miscarriage, my body needs to be healthy and start clean, basically. Like, my body just needs to clean itself out and I can start over. So in order for me to help it clean out and do everything, I will start doing it. And for those who are wondering, I am no longer going through the miscarriage. I completely washed everything out. No longer bleeding, no longer in pain. I'm just waiting for my period. Once I have my period, try again. My period normally, last month I started on the 10th. So I'm just going to wait to see if it happens on the 10th. If not, I guess when it happens, it happens. I'm still going to keep taking these pills right here, the balance pills, until I feel like I start my period normally again, and hopefully that will help. That is it for you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed my review / story time. I will say I went through a rough patch. I'm not going to lie. A rough patch, but at the end of the day, it was worth it when I saw that pregnancy test. So I completely highly recommend. So that is it, you guys. If you guys want to know a little bit more on any updates on me trying to get pregnant again for the second time, then don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you guys can be updated on any changes that are going on. If you guys want to hear about my miscarriage story, then do not forget to ring that bell so you guys can be notified when I do upload that video. So that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye, guys.